Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for telling my wife to divorce me because I'm not forcing adoption on my daughter? I'm married to Laura, 30 female, and we have 2 kids together. Ella's mom is a train wreck, alcohol, drugs, multiple arrests, and a lot of personal issues. She has not seen Ella for around a year now. She did have supervised visits ordered by the court, but she didn't always make those due to hospitalizations, arrests, and such. I've been dating Laura since Ella was 2, so she's very familiar with Laura. But she doesn't call her mom, and she still loves her mom and wishes her mom would get better and be a real mom to her. I have her in therapy to help her process everything. She's 8. Reminder. Laura knew how things were when we started dating, and she knew how it was when we got married. I always made it clear that my priority was Ella's safety, health, and happiness, and I told her I understood if it got to be too much and she didn't want to commit. But she said she was on board for it all. Only now she's tired of my ex reappearing every so often, and she wants to adopt Ella so my ex can't have access to her ever again. Oh! You're not wanting to adopt this child because you care. You're wanting to adopt her because you think that somehow puts a claim on her where her bio mom can't have a relationship with her? She does love Ella and sees her as hers just as much as mine, but the main reason she's being so forceful is severing my ex's rights would get her out of the picture until Ella's 18 and chooses to look for her mom on her own. Laura says this is what's best for her and for all of us, but Ella doesn't want to be adopted by Laura. Even if her mom never gets better, she doesn't want to be adopted. That's the end. That's not the end of the story. That should be the end of the conversation though, right? Is there such a thing as like adopting a child who doesn't want to be adopted? Don't they have a say? I respect this and I won't force it, but Laura isn't happy. She said we have the other 2 kids to think of as well, and how Ella might pull away from us if her mom causes more trouble in the future. She might choose her over us. I said that could happen even if she adopts her. There you go. And I said it will definitely happen if we force this. There you go. Laura and I have discussed this numerous times now, and she told me she doesn't see our marriage surviving if we won't talk Ella around or let her do it, or get a therapist who will. Well, that's a conflict on so many levels. What, you're going to interview therapists and only hire one who will agree to be an actor and push a specific agenda that you have? That doesn't strike you as up, Mom? She said she will not keep being just the stepmom when Ella's mom won't put her first, while she's been and doesn't get the benefit of legal stability of adoption. What benefit? She said I only had 2 options and needed to decide which I wanted. I told her to divorce me then because I'm not forcing the adoption on Ella. Laura didn't expect my answer, and she told me she thought that I'd offer to speak to Ella more, that I clearly don't care about our marriage. I said I do, but she gave me 2 options, and one option is never happening, and I can't control if she divorces me for it. Am I the astronaut? Top comment here is an applicable one. I say that because I saw one word that's very important. Top comment. The danger with giving ultimatums is that sometimes the person chooses the option you didn't want. NTA. Agreed. And after you chose what she didn't want, to have the cojones to be like, you clearly don't care about our relationship. I'm not the one who just wagered our relationship to try to force you into doing something you don't want to do. That wasn't me. I didn't put our relationship on the chopping block. You did. So who doesn't give a shit if you were really willing to risk it all if you didn't get your way? Wow. Also, the kid doesn't want to be adopted. Also, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You would force your biggest fear to come to fruition if you did force this. Connect the dots. Also, understand that one of the difficulties of being a parent in a blended family is that you have a limited role. Look, like day to day, I get to be dad, right? I get to do a lot of the dad things. I'm not Ava Thunder's dad. I'm not her bio dad, I'm her bonus dad. And I'm perfectly happy being bonus dad. Getting the title isn't gonna change things. Getting the legality nailed down isn't gonna change things. You want to improve your relationship with her? Improve your relationship with her. A court is not going to change that for you. And I understand a part of this is you thinking you're doing something to protect her, but unless the court can say there is a danger with her having a relationship there, and dad agrees, you don't get to make that decision. It sounds more like bio mom jumping in and out of the picture is an inconvenience for you that you don't want to deal with anymore. You took the job. Do the job. And now you've got 2 other kids in the mix too. So you're willing to risk their stability if you don't get your way here too. You're willing to put them in a situation that could risk becoming like the one she's in because you didn't get your way here. You, my lady, get the bizzo. You get the delulu. You get the freaking audacity. You get the audacity too. I don't understand what in that little brain would be thinking that this is the right thing to do. I don't. Lilith, the only way forcing an adoption would be if dad was terminally ill and the kid would be forced with bio mom after he died. And even then, they would have to prove that mom was not capable of providing stable care, right? And DFHB disapproved. You're right. Yep. Yeah, I don't think she was honestly thinking she was helping this girl at all. I think she was inconvenienced. And yes, we'll do green flag for dad here. Round of applause for dad for being unwavering. Unwavering. And there was one thing he said that I know is a topic of debate amongst a lot of people, but that is like, as a blended family parent, when you get into a relationship that leads to that blended family, the hierarchy of priorities, right? So he said, like, my daughter's health, safety, and wellness, that's going to be top tier, number 1 for me all the time. If you can't handle that, speak now. And she said, I'm here for it. Yeah, fall back to that too. But I view it a little bit differently. I feel like the right thing for me is to have my whole family, whether it is a bio kid or a bonus kid, and my wife on the same level. I have one level. They are all top priority to me, and I don't feel like one trumps another. I feel like we have to do this as a team, and if we don't, that's when shit gets weird. And that's when relationships suffer. So I view that a little bit differently than OP does. And I understand that. And I know a lot of people feel differently about that. But that's where I'm at with it. You know, I feel like we need to get a little bit of an opinion here from Tater Thunder. Tater Thoughts, the heat lamp's on. Come on up. Get them while they're hot. Hot and salty.
You did it.
So I'm very talkative tonight. I'm saying lots of things.
I think when I read this story, it was, if you want a relationship with Ella, then have a relationship with Ella. You don't need a piece of paper stating that she's your daughter. I sure as hell don't need that to show that Kieran is my daughter. She's 100% my daughter. And I'm happy to be a part of her life. And I do not need a paper stating that she is my child.
Yeah.
I don't need a paper stating that Caden and Brady are my children. They are my children because I choose to show up for them and I choose to be there for them and I choose to put their needs above my own. And I would never want to step on the toes. And I understand that this mom has made poor choices, but for sake, if there's an opportunity that she can turn her life around and show up for her child, that right now it would do more harm than good to take away her parental rights. And I'm not saying that what the mom is doing is correct in any way, shape, or form, but if there's a sliver of hope that she can right her wrongs and turn her life around, you're going to do more harm than good to Ella by terminating those rights and giving someone who is clearly only cares about control. Because what more do you need from a bonus child than what she already has? Like, this just feels like you're doing this to punish the mom, and it has nothing to do with the child. And for me, that's not something as a spouse that I can walk back from.
Yeah.
Because you've shown your true colors in this, and it's either divorce or adoption. Then you made your own choice, I think. Whenever he's told you multiple times that it's not going to be that way. It's a power play, plain and simple.
It was a risk.
And he saw right through it. And if you aren't 100% certain, you know what? Just don't give ultimatums. If you can't handle either side of the coin, don't give ultimatums. And she figured it out. FAFO, bitch. Sorry.
Bitch. You gotta say it just like that too, bitch.
But the goal here would be for mom to fix her life and to show up for her child. And I think as a bonus mom, your role is to be there as a mom, however you can, and to show up for that child. And if the other mom comes back in and wants to try to be a part of her life and the child is willing to accept, then facilitate that.
How would you not want that for her Like,
Because-
as a bonus parent, how would you not
Yes.
want that? Because that's the best case scenario. How would you not want that?
Right.
And I think that's showing your
Yeah.
true colors. When
You
you showed
sound-
that you didn't want that, you showed that you don't
Right.
really want what's best for her. You want what's best for you.
Right. You have the opportunity to have another child. She's there. She needs you. And you're so worried about adopting her that you can't even see what's right in front of your face. And I feel sorry for you because
Yeah.
whether my kid is related to me by DNA, by blood, whatever, does not matter. And you said the same thing. It does not matter.
Nope.
Those are our children and you should love them and take care of them. You're making her mom an enemy instead of trying to help the child. Like, and it's gross.
Well,
You give us the ick, lady.
That's one of the other things that I think you have to understand about being a bonus parent to speaking to her.
Yeah.
Is that, yes, it might pain you to see your child, if you view this bonus child as your child, to see your child in pain, to see your child hurt by their bio parent. That might
Right.
hurt you.
Absolutely,
you might
yes.
wish that I'm sure that you wish that she was better. I'm sure you wish all of those things, but you have to think about the best case scenario and facilitate that and provide every opportunity for that to happen. Otherwise, you are depriving her and she will never forgive you for it.
Right.
And I'm sure that this vibe, like her opinion here and what she wants to happen, I'm sure this vibe radiates. And I'm sure that Ella,
I know.
like, she gets it. I'm sure she feels it.
Yep.
And that's,
Feels that like they said, it's like a power play control thing. Like, I want it to be, it's my way or the highway. And you can't, I say run a family, but you can't have a family unit function if only one person gets a say. And that's the way that she's trying to run a family.
Yeah.
Because it just won't work. It's going to derail it at every opportunity. Come on, Laura. We're being a bitch.
damn it, Laura. Damn it. Why?